Two brothers in a van, and then a meteor hit, and they ran as fast as they could from giant cat monsters, and then a giant tornado came, and that's when things got knocked into 12th gear. It's two brothers and they're gonna. It's called Two Brothers. Two Brothers. It's just called Two Brothers.
What is good, everybody? It is episode 33 of the main broadcast. I am your host, Alex Rogers, and I'm with my co-hosts, Adam, Peter, and Dan. We are hitting the ground running. Adam, you're my brother, right?
Technically.
Technically, yes. I feel like we need to utilize that. That'd be really funny if you just pulled out the "No, you're adopted" card on me right there. Yeah. It's like random episode 35.
You're my brother, right?
No.
We've meant to tell you this for ages.
Just sends a picture through Discord of like the adoption papers. That would be fucking funny. I feel like we need to utilize that more. Now, I don't have a solid example of how we can utilize that, so I thought I'd bring it to the round table of the main cast.
Well, you know what would help? If you guys were in the same country.
I feel like, how can we utilize the fact that we're brothers? Because obviously there's something we could do. Obviously do some genetic testing to see what parts of DNA I got that are different to yours, if there's a possibility to do that.
How much of Roger's DNA is gorilla?
That? Why?
I don't know if is that how DNA works?
I don't know, I feel like, well, genetically...
Do you want me to, see if I have any diseases that you don't have or something? I don't understand.
He wants to do a compare the pair to see if he's actually, not only physically better, but DNA better as well.
Yeah, I want to see if there's, anything I can improve on or anything I should be worse at genetically. Because we're brothers. We both have the same parents in theory.
You do the test, Alex, and you find out we're actually related.
Oh, dude.
That would be crazy.
Now, that is a fantastic point to make.
That's some WWE writing
because,
right
there. So I asked my partner, I said, which one of these three dudes is my brother? Because I pointed her out. I pointed us all out on a thumbnail, and I said, what do you think of this thumbnail? She said, it looks pretty good. Mm-hmm. I said, which one is my brother? She first pointed at Dan. And I said, no, that's not my brother. And then she proceeds to point at Moody. And I thought that was hilarious, considering I went, nope. And then she pointed at you, Adam. And I said, maybe.
That's funny.
And I just went, did we not look alike? And she just went, you all kind of just look alike. And so...
Racist fucker.
Yeah.
And I just went, wow, well, I never even thought of that. But from an outside perspective, Adam, we don't look alike.
To be fair, if you were both in Australia and we went, hey, $100, are these brothers, yes or no? I think most of them would say no.
I think it would be even better.
You don't really look like each other at all.
I just think it's really funny that if we were to put all four of us in a line, like a police lineup.
Like a police lineup.
And we did a video where we're just can you guess which two of us is brothers? I would like to see how many people actually got it out of 100. But I was just thinking, I feel like that's something we could definitely utilize more at, just us being brothers and all. Maybe just a 1v1 me in general, just chess, or we'll spin a wheel, and we can just do a challenge.
Spin a wheel.
Ooh, we should get our blood tested for different things.
To
see which one of us... Because we've both got the same, base DNA.
Yeah. But it would just be so sad if it was and Adam, you're completely fine. Alex, you have dementia. And it's what?
Rogers might need a kidney later.
Yeah.
Well, we get our cholesterol tested.
Yeah, true.
And our blood pressure tested. And we see... Because neither of us have more of a predisposed advantage than the other.
True.
And then we see who's better.
I would like to see if, no one looked at us and they ran, thorough tests. They'd just be genetically, so-and-so should be better at climbing. And then it's just so-and-so, Adam should be better at climbing.
I don't think that's how that test works.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just genetically, it's just given his, I'm going to give a random example. Given his enzymes in in his muscles, he should have the ability to climb faster than his brother. And just like things like that
That's
would
not how that
maybe-
works.
But that's
I
not how
don't
that
think
works.
that's how it works.
I'm aware. I'm just saying
As a poor
there's
example,
a
yeah.
future.
I don't even
in
think
which you
that's
could
an
take that.
example.
Yeah.
Well, Curry, comparing to this enzymes, Roger should have a
Yeah.
fucking tail. It's like
Yeah.
that doesn't work like that.
Or Adam, we do the same diet for a month. Maybe not a month. Maybe for like
Yeah.
2 weeks. And then say like it's like a clearance, it's like kale, celery, like all like the cleansing one. And then we both eat the same muffin and we see who wins, who shits it out first is the winner. Due to their dominance of their digestive system.
Rogers, on a scale of 1 to 10, how in are you on this idea? Just 1,
I
1 to
don't-
10.
1 to 10 right now. You gotta put a number out because I will win you.
I don't know what the competition is. That I eat celery and then eat a muffin and go
The
poop.
first person who shits wins.
But wouldn't it just? What if? Surely it'll just be based on like when was the last time you pooped?
No,
Yeah.
because it's like that's what I mean. Like you gotta reset your body, and in that case, we've both.
Obviously, Rogers. Duh.
I'm just giving.
Wait, so
an
do you guys
example.
do you guys just like down just a bunch of like Metamucil and like extra fiber and stuff?
No,
to
what
try
we
and,
do
like,
is
poop at
we
the same
take-
time to like sync
we-
up.
Yeah.
We take laxatives and we see who can hold on the longest. Because we've got the same DNA, so surely it should affect us.
Technically, yes. Technically,
Oh
yes.
my god.
In theory, if I was a blank slate of a human being, technically that's not incorrect. If
Who
we
can
were both
stomach
blank
crystal
slates,
meth the best.
I'm gonna go off on a limb and say Adam, not due to any background, just due to the fact that I feel like his muscles are bigger, and he has more mass. I feel like his.
Well, that's also the thing. Yeah, I'm bigger than you, so
Again, these are all just hypotheticals. I'm just saying we should both take DNA tests and just see how we're different. And I would be
You need
really
to go away and workshop some ideas again.
again, that's fine. But I just thought I'd bring it to the round table.
you need to do things that aren't affected by practice. So like we can't do like who can bench more because the answer's obviously me.
Yeah.
So, but we could do like a reaction time test and stuff like that.
But again, that might be affected by your age.
It's just, we're not that different.
How
in
much
it.
can you bench, Rogers?
Oh, like a moon.
He means on each side too.
This is like asking a woman her weight, Moody. It's incredibly rude to ask that question.
Well, message me. See, now Rogers has said that, I now kind of want to see if I can beat him now. Just
This will be the Ring Fit
Yeah.
thing all
Yeah.
over again though, Mitty. You'll be like, oh yeah, keep stacking it on, keep stacking it on, keep stacking it on.
But Adam can't bench, man. His shoulder is fucked. He can't bench.
No, I've been getting back into it the last 6 months.
All right, well, fuck yourself. You can do it. Sure. What?
Do you strap your shoulder just in case?
No.
No, because it's
Rogers would. Are you kidding? Rogers wouldn't do
That's
that.
too safe, man. What are you talking about? Obviously not.
No way in hell.
But yeah, I find it. Adam, stop chewing shit. Now there was a clip of a recent podcast because I'm now putting all of our podcasts onto Spotify and I'm listening through the audio quality and I clicked through one and I swear to God it was 10 seconds of Adam swinging something around his fucking fingers while he was speaking and I wanted to kill him. I was getting angry like listening to a podcast that was so old. It might not even been that old. I think it was the newest episode. I think it was the Sonic Villain one. There's like he's
man.
talking and I can just hear something like squishy in his hands and I wanted to text him like watching
That's
that.
part of the charm.
yeah,
I just
that's part of what makes us us.
Yeah.
So part of what makes me.
I think to
Just
me
wait until we have a proper setup, and then we can just start throwing things at him.
I think he would enjoy that a lot more. I think he'd just be like, because when we have a setup, these podcasts are going to be too chaotic to handle. Like, you're going to have to watch it to If it's like a setup of what I'm thinking, we're not going to be able to. Adam's not going to be able to sit down.
Us three can be on one couch, and then Rogers can be put in timeout
Wait.
area.
You know,
Yeah.
we should play a game. Whenever you hear me do it, you should call me out and be like, "What's Adam playing with today?"
Who's that Pokemon?
Adam, what are you playing with today? Because it sounded slippery, and it sounded chewy.
It is the rubbery bit that goes on the end of an earbud.
I was perfect, absolutely
Oh
perfect.
no.
I was bang on with that. Slippery and
You have
chewy.
a problem, man.
I was just playing with it.
Good. I thought you put it in your mouth and you were chewing it. So good.
I was.
No.
Like not thinking, it just fell into your mouth.
Sorry, you got distracted.
No,
by
I
the-
just-
you got distracted by the
sorry.
toy.
He was sucking on it.
I was looking at it. Yeah, no, I just like threw it in my mouth and was like,
Have you used that previously, or is that an old one?
No, let's not use this one. This is from like you get a packet of the spare
Oh,
ones.
yep.
Oh, the different sizes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a little baby one.
Yeah, I've done
you
that
two
before.
are definitely not related.
No, because I've done it before. Like, I haven't put it in my mouth, but I like flip it inside out and play with it. But I don't put it in my
Yeah, I
mouth
do
like a
that.
child.
Yeah, but Rogers is more primal, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't
I feel like
think,
as soon
he
as
just
he
does.
gets something in his
I
hands,
just do.
he gets something in his hand, and he's like, "I need to bite this," and he's just like,
the only
"Ang, ang,
reason,
ang, ang."
the only reason he doesn't put animals in his mouth is because they're too big.
"Oh, they're in a cage and you can't get it out."
Well, here's a fun fact about your tongue. So if you've touched something with your fingers,
Yeah,
you essentially know what it will feel like on your tongue.
yeah, that is true.
I'm trying to find something that though in my room that I haven't put in my mouth yet, so that I can test this theory. Because
Lick a wall. Touch a wall and lick a wall.
Don't say that. He's in my room recording. I like how he said that. He's looking around my room while he's recording because he records on my laptop, and that means he's licked everything in that room.
It's his
yeah,
now.
it's called taking ownership.
Yeah.
If I licked it, it's mine.
He's now marked everything.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. Fucking hell. So what were we talking about? We're talking about benching stuff and
Pooping.
Yeah.
Well, with you talking about the brother thing,
Yeah.
it gives me a it kind of segues into the other thing that I wrote down,
Okay.
which was things, if you can remember any things you misunderstood as a child, like things that you were told
So many things.
that you just thought worked one way. and
Taco
it was-
Tuesday.
That wasn't a child, Moody. You were
No.
you were basically an adult.
Borderline.
Oh,
I think
I fucking love the Taco Tuesday.
Still
story.
young, but old enough to know better.
I'm talking like less than 10.
Well, I, as a child, used to bite my stationery, and for the longest time, I never thought that the ink of my pen could get in my mouth, and I thoroughly believed that because it was the end of my texter, and I would chew on the end of my texter, and I'd like there's a little cap on the end of it, and it would pop out sometimes, and I pop it back in with my tongue, and I would like. For the longest time, I thought I was an alien because I would like bite it and bite it and bite it, and the ink would get in my mouth, and then I would like put it back in my stationery box, and it'd be all on my lips and around my lips. And my teacher's like, "Did you eat textures?" And I was like, "No, obviously not, stupid bitch." And then I would like, she was like, "No, I can see it on your face, like you've been eating textures." and I just presumed, I'm like, there's no way she knows. And I would like. And then I would go to the bathroom, and I like would look at
Sure
myself,
enough, you got ink all over your face.
and I had ink all over my face. And for some reason, I just never put it together. It was because of the textures. I was just like, "Is this like an allergic reaction, or?"
I take it back. You two are related.
But
Yeah, you're making fun of me. You've been eating pen.
when I was like,
Drinking
when
it.
I was like
Dude,
6,
I know for a fact, Rogers, you have had ink in your mouth at some point.
Oh yeah, 100%. Do you know how many pens I've had and just
Yeah,
ruined?
I've seen some.
Also, the whole like things getting sun dyed, it was weird to me as a child. I kind of just thought that everything was dying of old age.
I was always told that sharks didn't come to shore.
Oh yeah,
My
your
grandma-
grandma was hilarious.
My grandma would always say, "Don't worry, sharks don't come in that close to shore."
I'm sure she was trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Like I'm convinced when on days out she's like, I don't want to deal with this kid, and
I
you were
believe
going to be a casualty of that.
the funny thing is, I only found out that that's actually not the case about 5 years ago.
Right? Did she mean like knee deep water? Because like they won't go knee deep, but if you're swimming,
I mean,
Yeah, they'll
they
get you.
can go knee deep. Like,
Yeah, I've seen
sharks go pretty
videos.
close.
I've seen
Not
videos
personally, but
actually
yeah,
like
videos.
beach themselves, eat a crab, and then just like shake back into the water. They don't give a
I
fuck.
think isn't that whales
No, it was a shark.
that do that? Are you sure?
I'd know a shark
Sharks
when I
definitely
see
do
it,
that.
Now,
Mr.
I-
Cabbage Brussels sprout.
I have one that I've just remembered now. As a child, I used to think you would need to pay money to get a job. I thought it was like
What?
I thought it was like you needed to give the company like I don't know amount wise, maybe for example like $50, which was a lot of money back in the day, for like you'd have to do an interview, and then if you got the job, you'd have to pay them money to just like a one-time sum, just like an entry fee, and then you could start working and make more money. That's what I thought the work life was like.
You
So
need
when
a membership to work?
I thought it was like a one-time access. Like, you're in now, you're in the club, like, you're working.
I don't think anyone would work.
No.
Yeah, what would be the point?
And that's-
Because then they give you money back.
Well, that's why when I told Mum, she was like, you're a fucking idiot. And I was
Yeah,
just like,
I
but I was
I
like,
would do the same.
I don't have enough money to get a job, Mum. I don't know how to get a job. I was like panicking.
Wait, how old were
I'm gonna
you
be real with
when
you.
did-
I was at least 11.
You weren't raised right.
No.
As a kid, for like the longest time, I didn't understand what work was. Like, I knew they'd go, like, people would go to work and they'd do something, but I didn't know what that something was.
You think
for, like,
people
the
would
longest
just
time.
stand there for 8 hours a day?
No, I just didn't know. I just like, oh yeah, they're going to work. I'm like,
What
but I didn't
is
know
work?
what the work
Yeah,
was.
what are you doing?
Yeah,
As in, like,
What
you're trying
is
to catch
the
him?
universe?
as a kid, yeah.
That reminds me. Fuck, I must have just been the dumbest kid. Because my parents, when they used to go out for dinner, they used to say they were going out to the Razzle Dazzle. And I thought the Razzle Dazzle was like Disneyland.
well,
And I was like, I want to go to the Razzle Dazzle. That sounds awesome. And I was like, when they would leave, my sister, I would get so upset at like my sister or Adam being like, I want to go to the Razzle Dazzle, and they were just like, no, you're too young. And I was like, oh, do I have to be an adult to go to the Razzle Dazzle? And so I thought, in my head, I just pictured like mum and dad going on roller coasters, and like when they would get to the Razzle
What is
Dazzle,
the razzle dazzle?
it's just going out with friends to
it
drink.
just means like going out for drinks, to going out on the
it's like
razzle
a-
dazzle.
right, okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
the
Got it.
disco term. Like, we're going out to Razzle Dazzle.
Right, okay.
And I was just like, that sounds amazing. That's like, I want to go do that. And I was really
Amazing
upset that
how
I
your
couldn't.
brain heard razzle dazzle, and you
Pitch-
went roller
And I went-
coasters.
Sick roller coaster name, by the way, the Razzle Dazzle. But I just remember being so upset, and my sister obviously thought it was just because I was missing mum and dad. Couldn't give a fuck about those two. I was just upset that they could go to the roller coasters without me.
So, were you more disappointed that the razzle dazzle wasn't a theme park, or
Or were you happy to know they weren't enjoying themselves?
Yeah.
It was a bittersweet moment because at first I was like, okay, cool. Well, it's like they're just going out for drinks. And then when I found out that there wasn't a theme park called Razzle Dazzle, I was pretty mad. I was pretty upset. But for some reason, as like a child, I just never had the thought of typing up Razzle Dazzle on Google and searching out where the Razzle Dazzle is.
Because you were a child.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can spell razzle dazzle and you think this, you're too old.
True.
You're too old to be thinking this.
But I was just like, I was so jealous. Envy caught to me that. Yeah, envy caught up to me. And I was so mad. But yeah, I think that's one of the last things I remember thinking as a child that just didn't make sense.
I have one, and this is back when we were in England, so that's how how long ago it was, and it involves you, Alex.
Oh,
Because you were just but a baby,
I was but a boy.
and we'd been left in the car while Mum went into the shops for a few minutes, and I'd just heard on the news before about like kids and dogs dying in cars.
Yeah.
Because it's too hot.
Yeah.
So on this balmy 11-degree day, I'm like, I didn't really understand how the kids and the dogs died. So
Yeah.
I'm sitting there like, oh, it's because they suffocated because we've been closed into a car. So Alex is sat there asleep in the back, and I'm like, he's breathing all the air, so I have to hold my breath so that both of us can survive. Because otherwise we're gonna suffocate.
Damn.
So for the entire time I'm just sat there like,
I like the idea that your mum thinks that, like, our mum comes in, she's like, oh my god, they didn't have enough oxygen
Isn't
in the
that-
car. Turns out we had too
Isn't
much
that
oxygen in the car.
counterproductive, though, when if you're trying to save air, because you're breathing in more air.
yeah, but I thought, yeah, but at the point of me thinking, oh, he's gonna die if I breathe, I hadn't thought it through that much.
Oh,
Like, I
okay.
didn't have. You're expecting too much from a child holding his breath in the
No,
car.
no, I'm just saying, like,
so
in general.
a baby doesn't die.
I'm just saying, in general, like, if that, I don't think that would work, because you're breathing in more air.
Yes, I also don't think.
I don't think right now, I don't think
But-
Adam stands by his decision of holding his breath, Peter. I
No.
think,
It was.
No,
I'm not
I'm
going to
just
argue
saying.
for doing it. Just hypothetically,
yeah.
Yeah, hypothetically, I don't think that would work.
No.
if you were stuck in a car with a baby and no oxygen, don't
Yeah.
hold your breath so the baby
No.
can breathe.
Maybe just
Maybe
unlock
open
the
a
door.
window.
Yeah.
They didn't even
couldn't-
crack a window?
But that's because it was freezing cold outside.
Yeah, it wasn't hot.
It was
Yeah.
so cold. There was a favor being done, and I was just like, "We're gonna die."
So that was like one of the last notes you had, Ad?
My only other note is that I hate children on talent shows.
We all hate children on talent shows.
That's very specific. What talent show are you watching?
I think it's when we were talking about, like the singing shows not too long ago.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I was thinking of any time they have children on there, or more specifically, kids versions of adult
That's dumb.
like competitions, like Junior MasterChef.
Yeah, that's dumb.
I hate it because all you're watching is people who aren't as good doing it because they're children, and the children are they're just not going to be as good as adults.
They're not all that good, though, surely.
They're good, they are talented, but they will be better, and right now they're not as good as they could
Yeah,
be,
but-
so why am I wasting my
But
time?
when you watch a talent show and, like, a 5-year-old just bellows out, I don't know, Frank Sinatra or something, like, surely that's lip sync.
Well, no, it's normally just good for a kid. But I'm not interested in watching good for a kid. I'm watching these shows to watch the best of the
But they
best.
don't show the bad anymore.
No, and it all started with the kids because they can't be mean to them
I
either.
know.
You can't tell them they suck.
I reckon there should be a talent show where they only show bad people.
Yeah.
It's just called So You Think You're Not the Worst.
Yeah.
It's the whole show.
Now, I don't remember if it was one of you guys who said this or someone else, but like it was like within the last week that I heard someone say, "Why don't they get like kids to judge like MasterChef,
Oh,
but
that'd be
like the adults cooking? So
yeah.
like adults cooking, there's a kid judging, and then the kid just going, "No, I don't want this. I want chicken nuggets and fries."
Not a bad idea, actually.
That's actually so good. Yeah, you get the panel. You get like the snooty, highfalutin guy.
Yeah,
Who
like
only
3-star
wants-
Michelin star,
Yeah.
3 Michelin star chef.
I only eat poached quail eggs before 11 a.m. stuff like that. And then you get a kid, and then you just get some dude from the bar,
He's just like,
and you've got to
Yeah.
make something that all three of them are gonna like.
That
There's a
is
true challenge.
genius.
That would be. I would watch that.
Yeah.
That would be so good.
Yeah, it's not. You can't just cook high class food. This is everyday.
And it's gonna
food as
be
well.
greasy because the guy's a bit hungover.
Exactly.
oh, I was gonna say, I think I would just make cake. I think I would just make like a cake because a kid obviously loves
No,
cake.
Cake is the last thing you want after drinking.
Well, yeah, because I thought he was drinking.
You don't want sweets.
But I think they should still have ingredients that they have to use.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Because that's it. Always the point of these cooking shows is, can they impress a professional chef? It's like, I don't care if a professional chef
Yeah.
likes it. I want to know if I'm gonna like it.
Yeah. Thanks for feeding these professional chefs with like really expensive food. I want the average Joe to try it and just be like, that was fucking sick.
Has anyone gone to a Michelin star restaurant? Like,
Well,
has
no-
anyone tried that experience?
Australia doesn't have it, do they?
Yeah, we don't really have that here in Australia.
There are currently no restaurants in Australia that hold Michelin stars because the Michelin Guide does not operate in Australia.
That's amazing.
Who is the Michelin guy? Is he the Michelin man? Like the guy made out of tires?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the tire.
it's the
people.
tire brand.
Is
Yeah.
it really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the whole thing back in the day because they released a book. It was called the Michelin Travel Guide or something along the lines of that.
okay.
And it'd be like, so people would buy their tires and they'd try to get people to drive around a bit more. So they released this book of restaurants, like restaurant recommendations.
Yeah, like, is it worth using
Yeah.
your tires to get to this
That's
place?
genius.
Like, it's worth driving to this place because we give it 1 Michelin star, and yeah, that's how it started.
I'm blown away. That's so
O-
cool.
Originally, there was like a rating of like, if it's 1 Michelin star, it's worth driving this far. If it's 2, it's worth driving this far. And if it's 3 stars, it's basically worth driving across the country to get it.
I think I haven't seen the show The Bear. I think that show would stress me out. I don't think I could watch that because I just see all the stress moments where they're all yelling at each other, and I'm just like, I don't want a show like this. This makes me want to go hug my
Yeah.
family. I hate this. I don't want to finish an episode and be like, whew, like I'm glad that's over. Like I don't want to watch the next one. Like that's how I feel I would be like if I was to watch the show.
Speaking of food, do you guys think there's a difference between milk chocolate and dark chocolate mixed with white chocolate?
I
Is-
don't know. I've never had them.
I haven't tried that, but I think
They are
would
very different. Yes.
because white chocolate has cocoa butter in
Have
it.
you tried the difference, Rogers?
I have not. That's why I'm asking the question.
Here's what I'll say it. A average chocolate Cadbury bar, like just chocolate, doesn't and a dark chocolate bar have two very distinct textures. Now, a dark chocolate bar has 85 or like a higher percentage of chocolate. And a milk
Yeah.
Yeah, the
a
cocoa,
milk
yeah.
chocolate bar doesn't have the same ingredients as the other two chocolate bars. So therefore,
Yeah,
if you would
because white chocolate has cocoa
Yes.
butter, not just straight.
if you were
cocoa.
to mix
But
dark
milk,
and white,
milk chocolate also has cocoa butter.
if you were to mix dark and light chocolate, it would not taste anything like milk chocolate.
Why?
I just explained why.
Well, there's a video. There's a video for you guys. The
Yeah.
brothers try mixing chocolates together.
It's just gonna be me being like, "Yeah, it was right."
I feel like
This sucks.
I feel like this is going to be one of those things where Rogers thought Pepsi and Coke were the same until he mixed Pepsi with Coke and he went, "Oh no!"
Well, I'm just because dark chocolate's like 70% cocoa. If you just dilute that with white chocolate, which is 0%,
Yeah, but I don't
down
think
to milk chocolate
no.
range.
no. White chocolate doesn't dilute dark chocolate.
Yeah, you also got to remember what they're replacing the chocolate percentage with white chocolate. They're not just
Well, it's not even that. He thinks that white chocolate
cocoa butter.
and dark chocolate just make normal chocolate.
fucking idiot.
I do think dark chocolate and white chocolate just make.
Why
milk
don't you
chocolate.
just try it?
You're
Why are you-
actually the smartest, dumbest person I've ever met.
The reason I think this is because I was eating a triple chocolate muffin the other day, and as I'm
Yeah.
biting into it, I'm like, wait a second. The white chocolate and the dark chocolate just balance each other out. This isn't triple chocolate. This is just single chocolate. What a scam!
Between this and your theory of, I don't know how people burn their houses down, this is I'm waiting for the third.
Oh, am I really this alone? I'm thinking that they
Yes.
just said
Yes.
white chocolate and dark chocolate
Yes.
mixed together. It's just
Yes.
milk chocolate.
You've reverted back to 5-year-old brain.
Yeah, I know I'm going to the Razzle Dazzle. You can have this to yourself, okay? This is. I just. Where Why haven't you just tried it?
Yeah, why haven't you just tried it?
Because where's the fun in testing it? We can just argue about it instead.
Yeah, but now we've had this argument and we've insulted you. Now you can go try it and then realize that we were right and feel even worse.
Oh, there's mixed responses on Google here. Some people are saying absolutely not, and other people are saying yes. They're the same
Are
thing.
you doing the single Karen thing where you find like the one thing that is like your point and you're saying, look, everyone's saying it.
Yeah,
Look,
like
everyone's
100
doing it.
people say absolutely not, and then one comment says, no, it is, that's true.
It's
And you go,
actually
"Yep,
Adam.
that's-
He just wrote it on the
must
end of
be
a
true."
Reddit thread. He's just like, no, I think so.
Yeah.
Interesting, yeah. Reddit is basically disagreeing with each other.
What?
I know Reddit arguing. I've never seen it before in my life. But some people are saying it would be similar. Some people are saying that they're not the same thing, and someone saying I tried it. It was basically milk chocolate. So
You're full of shit.
Well,
You're full of shit.
you know
There's
what that
no
means, Rogers?
way.
You just got to try it yourself.
if I do it and then eat it, can you trust me?
No,
Can you trust my palate?
Yes.
absolutely.
And here's why. I feel like the person who wrote that defo did like the vanilla test first and ate like a whole block of Cadbury milk chocolate first. And then he ate the dark and white chocolate together and he swallowed that and was like, I still taste white chocolate from the block before. I'm just going to write it down. That's probably what happened. But here's another point though. If you were to put like toothpaste on a chocolate block, would that taste like mint chocolate?
Well, no, it's different kinds of mint.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Why don't you try it?
Yes.
It's not peppermint.
But it's also because there are different ingredients in toothpaste that aren't in chocolate.
That's
But all the
What?
ingredients in milk chocolate.
What? Are you
But
saying
all-
that all the ingredients in white chocolate is the same as dark chocolate, and if you put them together, it's milk chocolate? No, because the white chocolate has different
I'm saying
ingredients.
I'm saying all the ingredients in a milk chocolate exist within dark and
But
white
they've
chocolate.
added other stuff like the toothpaste. Well, I'm explaining. The toothpaste
They haven't.
has other.
They haven't because they're all still chocolates. They're all still chocolates.
No,
'Cause
they're not
I'm not
all
saying
chocolates.
like if you mix.
They're not all still
No,
chocolates.
I'm not saying if you mix white chocolate and like dark chocolate soap together, you'll get milk chocolate because then there's extra things in there. But if you just take milk chocolate and you just take dark chocolate and just white chocolate, I think you'll end
No.
up with things pretty similar.
No, you can't say similar. You literally were just like it would just be milk chocolate. Don't start backing out of your argument now,
I mean,
motherfucker.
yeah, it would. It would just.
Yeah, you
it would just
stick
be
to
milk
100%. You listen
Just
to
milk
me.
chocolate.
Don't you start backpedaling, boy. I'm gonna keep you here.
This is my favorite spectators.
This is what I'm explaining. Okay, what about orange chocolate? If you were to put a slice of orange and a piece of chocolate on top of each other, would that taste like orange chocolate?
I mean, if you just extracted the flavor of the orange, if you dehydrated the orange and you ate a slice of dehydrated orange on a piece of milk chocolate, then
No,
yes.
that's what I'm saying.
It would
If you had
probably
a
taste like
slice
orange
of
chocolate.
orange, don't change the orange, because you're not changing the milk and dark chocolate. Don't change the
Because
orange.
they're already chocolate.
But there's other
There are
things in it.
But there are things in an orange that aren't in orange chocolate, like water.
You're right, but there are things in milk chocolate that aren't in. Sorry, there's things. There's things that aren't in milk chocolate that are in white and black chocolate. You are losing this argument, and that's why you're coming back with that.
No. What is in milk chocolate and dark chocolate that? Sorry, what is in white chocolate? And dark chocolate that isn't in milk? What is in milk chocolate and dark chocolate that isn't in white chocolate? Sorry, I can't. What is in white chocolate and dark chocolate that isn't in milk chocolate?
Cocoa butter.
There's cocoa butter in milk chocolate. There is cocoa butter in
Then
milk
what's the
chocolate.
difference between milk chocolate and white chocolate?
Milk chocolate doesn't have cocoa powder in
But
it.
what does it have instead?
It just has extra cocoa butter.
Bullshit. What does milk chocolate? That's bullshit. You don't know. You're just saying these things.
I do know.
No, you don't.
No, I do know.
No, you don't. There's no way. And here's why I know. Because if that was the point, then you would have never, ever, you would have been 100% and just been like, I know for a fact that it would taste like milk chocolate. I know for a fact.
You know what? I'm gonna change my original.
You can't do that. You can't do that. No, no, you can't. Oh, so if you change, I win.
No, I believe if you mix them together, they'll just be milk chocolate.
But then what's your
stand
new
by it.
statement?
If you mix dark chocolate and white chocolate, you get milk chocolate.
No,
Kind of.
Dan, don't encourage.
Dan. What the fuck, Dan?
Because dark chocolate is sugar, cocoa butter, and cocoa powder. Milk chocolate is milk, sugar, cocoa butter, and cocoa powder. White chocolate is milk, sugar, and cocoa butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just all white chocolate is
Yes.
milk chocolate missing an ingredient,
On
which you
paper.
get from the dark chocolate.
On paper.
On paper,
But if you
makes
were to
sense.
make chocolate on paper with the same ingredients, I'm guaranteeing it would not taste the same as a Cadbury chocolate bar. They have got percentages that are different that mix perfectly.
I'm not saying you'd make a Cadbury. You wouldn't make a Freddo Frog.
Why not? Why not, Adam? Adam, why not? Because if you if you put milk,
If you build
like
a Freddo
milk.
Frog.
I like the idea of Sly coming home and Alex just on the thing going, fucking milk chocolate is not the same as dark
Yeah.
chocolate.
I'm just saying.
No, they're
No,
not the
no,
same.
no, no, yo, you're right, they're not the same! Tell me right now.
I get where you're coming from, Rogers, but you've gone too dumb.
Yeah.
I don't. Why? I don't see how.
Look,
I don't
on
understand.
paper, Pepsi and Coke is the same thing, but it's not.
But they're not. They've got different stuff in them. They've got different
Look,
flavors.
I think we just need to take this to a real world practical test.
Yeah.
And
That's it.
That's when it's
We
up.
buy the same. We buy the same brand of milk, white and dark.
Yes.
Do they make dark chocolate milk?
No, why are we not mixing? We're not mixing flavored milks together. Why are we doing that now?
Because I thought that was the whole thing.
No, it's not.
no,
Not milk.
Milks, it's
They're
chocolate,
chocolate bars.
We're talking about
Oh,
chocolate
No,
bars.
I thought you said milks.
What?
I definitely heard milk.
Oh my god.
But who has dark chocolate milk?
That's what I was confused about. You definitely said milk. At some point, you said milk.
Milk chocolate.
Milk chocolate, not chocolate milk. What?
Moody
Wait a second. I
definitely
need,
had that as
I need Moody to
chocolate milk.
explain
I think-
what he thought I was arguing.
Yeah.
What did you think I wanted to do?
I thought that you were saying if you have chocolate milk
Yeah.
and then so chocolate milk tastes the same as when you put white chocolate milk and dark chocolate milk together.
No, that's not what I'm saying. You're close, but flip
Just take the milk out of
chocolate
it.
milk.
Don't put milk
take
in
the
there. It's all solid
So,
food. It's no
do you
liquid.
Do you know what milk chocolate is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm saying if you take white chocolate and dark chocolate
Yeah.
and you mix them together,
Yeah.
you just end
No,
up
that
with
makes-
milk chocolate.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Thank you. If you mix two chocolates together, it's just chocolate milk.
I still disagree with you. But
So did you think I was gonna melt two chocolate bars together and then drink the molten concoction?
No, I
and be like,
thought-
it's just chocolate milk.
I thought they suddenly I thought that they made dark chocolate milk. And you were gonna
It's
buy
not a bad idea, but I think dark chocolate milk is just strong chocolate milk.
I definitely also think if you have dark chocolate milk and you water it down with regular milk, you just end up with like a milkier chocolate.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you're not taking. But with the chocolate bars, there's other ingredients in here and percentages that you're not capable of understanding until you've gone into dietary and nutrition.
You can figure it out. No, you can figure it out. If you find out what percentage of cocoa is in the milk chocolate bar, let's say it's 10%, and then you've got a 70% dark chocolate, well then you just find the ratio of white chocolate to make that 70% 10%, which is probably close to 1 in 7, and then you'll have milk chocolate.
But then, why isn't this used more for cooking shows where you're just like, you don't have milk chocolate, but you need to make a chocolate cake?
Because most people do have milk chocolate.
No, it's not what I'm saying. Back to like fucking food contests, Adam, where they're just like, People, we have to make a chocolate cake. And we do not have chocolate, but we do have dark and milk chocolate. You need to find the percentages that you think is right and make the chocolate cake.
Because it's a cooking show, it's not math.
You're right.
And also, they don't do it because it'd be too easy. People would just go, cool, I'll just mix the two chocolates together.
No! No one says that! So then why isn't milk fuck! Why isn't milk chocolate and white chocolate mixed together just weak chocolate?
It is.
No, it's
Maybe
not.
milk chocolate isn't actually a
it
thing.
is.
It's dark chocolate and milk chocolate. Oh, sorry, white
Yeah.
chocolate. And that's just how milk chocolate has always been made.
Yeah.
You can't have one without the other.
The way you make milk chocolate is basically the same as how you make dark chocolate. You just put less cocoa powder. So if you water down the extra cocoa powder with white chocolate, you'll just end up with the milk chocolate again.
Why you do this? Why you do this?
Yeah, look. I think this is. You guys are at an impasse. You can't do this. This needs to come to like a practical,
Yeah.
like.
This.
I don't think if you
real life
ate the
experiment.
2 bars at the same time, they would taste.
Why not?
You need to melt
Why
them
not?
together.
No. Why
You need
not?
to melt them and mix
Wait,
them.
why? Why can't they just
No,
be the
well,
same taste?
Well, if you chewed them down to like nothing in your mouth, they would. But when you first initially taste them, then your taste bud is getting half the intense cocoa powder and then half not, instead of like a smooth balance.
Well, why don't you
Yeah,
just grab like a
It's not a homogeneous. It's not a homogeneous flavor.
So get someone to chew it and then spit that
And then-
into your mouth.
and then you baby bird
Yeah,
it into
yeah.
someone's
Baby
mouth.
bird.
All right. Well, we can end the podcast here because I'm getting all riled up.
Alex is mad.
I've never been mad on this podcast before. It's a weird feeling.
Is that how you want to end it? You just want to end it being bad?
No, I'm not actually mad because it's all fun and games about chocolate. But you are wrong, and I will prove it.
What you need to do is you need to do it without telling Sai, and then just get her to try the 2, and ask her, was there a difference?
I could do that. I could just buy it right now. I'll just go grab chocolate, and I'll just be like, look, in the meeting that I had, I need you to just explain
Sorry, in the what you just had?
meeting.
Do you tell her you're doing a meeting?
I just tell well, because the word podcast is kind of hard to describe, so I kind of just tell her we're doing a meeting, but then I tell her that it's like what I do as a podcast.
That's how the line starts.
It's no lying. It's not. I'm not
Do they
lying.
not-
She knows I'm doing the podcast, but I just call it a meeting because it's easier for her to understand.
Do they not have podcasts in Japan?
I don't think they call it podcast because I said I do a podcast, and she said, "What's that?" And then I had to show her one of the episodes, and she understood, but she got it, and now I just say
Because podcast is a pun. The word podcast is a pun. So do they
I understand
call it
that,
something else?
but I don't know how to explain it's a pun.
I'm googling it.
Japanese people aren't
Um,
very funny.
There goes our Japanese
Oh yeah,
audience.
what is the Japanese sense of humor like, Alex?
Pretty weird.
compared to the English.
It's like it's very sharp, and it's very like there's no word.
It's very witty.
It's it's not wordplay. It's like physical jokes, and like insulting each other.
Physical jokes.
It's like, oh, you'd be like, oh, you have a big head, and everyone's like, ah, it's fucking funny, and it's like,
Oh, it's like preschool teasing.
kinda, yeah, it's very similar. Like
Oh,
that's
I'd love that.
That's the comedy I get, and that's the thing that my friends find funny.
So do
I
people
don't.
make fun of you of your eyebrows?
They did, and then Saya did them. So now I've got done. My eyebrows have been done. Like she cut them in half.
Wait, what?
Yeah, she's like cut like a good third of the top of my eyebrows.
What?
That's funny.
It's not that weird. It looks the same. They just look
Man.
hella clean. Like they
Actually needs
don't.
to cut off like a third of your ears.
So podcasts in Japan are called Podok Yasuto.
And we're banned.
Yep. It is called a pod. It's called a podcast. Yeah. But that
Yeah, like if I
that is just how you say
Alex can,
podcast in. Yeah, I'm reading it now.
Yeah.
Alex can read that.
Podcast, which is just the word podcast written in katakana.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
Google
Which is not the
Translate, I'm
problem.
guessing, because she doesn't understand. Adam, you
Well,
don't need to write it in
I
English.
also-
I got it.
I also looked it up on different things, and they were just like, yeah, they call it a podokayutsu.
Yeah, but if you say
Po-
podcast, they don't understand. But if I went podcast, they'd be like, that.
Mm.
Are you fluent
Do
in
they have,
Japanese yet, Alex?
What?
Are you fluent in Japanese yet?
I wouldn't say I'm fluent. I still am learning words, and when I learn them, I can use them.
But can you like form sentences together
Yes, I can.
pretty
go-
easily?
Yeah, that's not hard.
Okay.
Yeah, I can. If you were to come, I could get us around,
Right.
and
Okay.
I
That's
could get us food, and we could survive. Like we wouldn't have to use Google
It would
Translate.
be like, do you remember Mitsubishi in high school, Moody?
Mitsubishi.
He probably like Mitsubishi.
Okay.
Where like he can, you can communicate, but you're not having like deep
Yeah.
philosophical conversations.
You're,
with
you're,
Mitsubishi.
you're getting the job done.
Is his name actually Mitsubishi, or is this really mean?
No, he was just a Japanese guy.
I don't think anyone could pronounce his name properly, so we all just called him Mitsubishi.
I like the idea that I had a couple.
Oh,
I had a
that
couple
kinda
Chinese
hell.
friends.
No, he knew. He knew his name was Mitsubishi.
He knew.
Did he? I don't think
Yeah.
he did.
Yeah, he did. I remember doing an excursion with him, and we'd walk around, and every time we'd see a Mitsubishi, we would we'd point to him and then point at it, and he'd laugh.
You definitely squinted your eyes when you did it though. You're like, oh look, Mitsubishi.
We'd point at it and go, Mitsubishi, and he'd be like,
It's up to you if you want to keep this in. By the way, this is a completely free game.
every time.
Yeah, we can probably get rid of that.
Also, he was like 6'4". He was a giant.
He
man.
was a tall dude.
He was huge.
Is he a dude or is he a student?
Well, he was,
He was
a student.
He was a student, but we were all like 16.
Ah, okay.
But he was
yeah.
he was gigantic.
And he didn't play basketball.
Weird.
No.
Alright, well, thank you everyone for listening to the main broadcast. I have been your host, Alex Rogers, and I've been with my co-hosts, Adam, Peter, and Dan. Thank you everyone for listening to this episode. If you want to see more of our content, you can look at our shorts on YouTube. They're under the main cast. If you want to go on our Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, or any other of our platforms, you can look us up at the Maincast TV. Thank you everyone for watching, and we will see you next episode.
Expect an upcoming, is it milk chocolate or is it just dark chocolate mixed with white chocolate comparison video? Alex, are you on that?
I can do that.
You-
I can do that. Now,
Yeah.
I-
We should all do our own like videos
yes,
of it.
Yeah.
just film yourself in portrait.
Testing it.
Peter, all you need to do is just eat 2 blocks of chocolate in front of a camera and just say yes, same or
I'm
no
not
different.
wasting my time making that stupid fun. I'm not doing it. I got better things to do in my day.
You have to do it if it changes Alex's mind, because then you'll
Alright,
be the last
alright,
holdout.
if Alex's mind changes, then I will do it.
Okay.
Or you just eat a block of dark chocolate and then drink some chocolate milk and go, not the same.
I'll go
Yeah.
out and see if I can find dark chocolate milk.
All right. Well, everyone, thank you for listening. We have been your hosts, and we will see you all soon. Bye.